Namaste. This is an hour-long class for a friend, and I'm giving a lot of work in the legs and the hips because my friend has a little bit of an shoulder injury, so I want to make sure she has fun. It's a good workout, and it should be about an hour, so let's do it. So let's start off standing in a nice, comfortable Tadasana. Inhale, lift the ribs. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Find the thighs nice and firm and the pelvic floor up. Take another couple breaths right here. Inhale, place the hands on the hips. And exhale, relax the shoulders on the back. Now, either step out to a wide stance or take a gentle hop. And swivel your heels in and your toes out. Bend your knees over the ankles and double check to make sure your knee is over that ankle. Knee is over the ankle. So really get that knee over the ankle. And then we're going to just gently slide one leg straight and take a deeper lunge on the other hip. Slide through center onto the other hip. And we'll inhale in the center, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale, inhale, and exhale. Do a little bit of a warrior type of stance. We're going to now work on our feet. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, lower. Two more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Hold it here. Now as we go into our lunge, we're going to come up onto the toe and then take that squat. Come onto the toe and take that squat. This is an effective way to get Uddiyana Bandha and Muladhara Bandha, the lower locks of the body, working. One more each side. And we'll hold here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale and exhale. And then we'll straighten up out of that. We'll slide in our toes and our heels to come take a nice standing Tadasana with our feet parallel, knees over the ankles, hips nice and strong. We'll continue working on the sagittal plane by sliding one leg out, receiving the weight into that leg and into that hip, and then sliding the other leg in. Slide, plant those hips, bear the weight, slide in, and lift up. This again is very telling for the pelvic floor. Make sure the lower back is nice and long and the spine is soft and supple. Lift it up all the way through the crown of the head. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale, exhale. And let's take it back out to a little mini parallel-footed squat in a wide leg stance. We'll tap those heels up and down for 3, 2, and 1. And again, take a gentle squat and tap for 3, 2, and 1. Gently lift up. Swivel toes in, heels in, and come on up. So we got a little bit of a breathing practice there while working the pelvic floor up, the abdominal lock, and the hips with nice strong thighs. We're gonna turn and face the short edge of the mat, and we'll do a little bit of an exercise that incorporates some balance. So stand up nice and tall, long and lifted. Bear the weight into the right leg and pick up the left leg. Then take that left leg back, scissor split the legs, and come up onto the ball of the front foot and lower that heel down. Come up onto the ball of the back foot and lower that heel down. We'll swing, reach forward, and then replace. Switch sides, leg up, extend back, lift the front foot heel, place, lift the back foot heel, kick forward, and release. Now we'll add on a little dynamic stretch and strength. Standing on the right leg, bring the left leg up and take it back. Front foot, lift the heel, back foot, lift the heel. This time we're going to keep the back foot lifted and we're going to come into a little tiny squat and lift. You may add on some arms. Inhale, exhale for 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bend the front knee, kick in, and release. Second side. Bring the knee up, extend the leg back and down, come up onto the ball of the front foot, and then onto the ball of the back foot. Then we will repeat. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 3, and 2, and 1. Bend that front knee, support yourself with your navel, and bring that leg up and down. We'll add on a little bit in the posture. We're going to add on what looks like a figure 4 position. Taking a little squat and then coming up to the other side. Lift the thigh, rotate it open, place the foot, and then take a gentle squat. A long spine, strong hips, pelvic floor working, tailbone relaxed. So, starting with the weight on the left leg, take that figure 4 position. Imagine that your spine is against a wall, and then bring the knee up and take it back. Up on the front foot, up on the back foot, and we'll go 3, 2, and 1. Now in this modified warrior stance, we're going to stretch to see if we can get that back heel down towards the ground. Press the pelvis forward and through, lift up nice and tall, and we'll do a side stretch. I'm going to lean away from my back leg, getting a nice side stretch all the way down into my hip crease. Your hands may be on your hips, around your waist, up onto the shoulder, or up overhead. Inhale and come up. Reach up, get into your crotch position, do your little kick, and replace. Second side. Inhale, lift the thigh. Exhale, take your figure 4 position, opening the thigh while keeping the spine tall and long. Exhale, bring the knee up, send the leg back, inhale, and up onto the front foot, up onto that back foot, and we'll do 3, 2, 1, and then we'll deepen our stretch by reaching through the back thigh, pressing through the leg, and trying to bring the back of the foot down onto the mat with the pelvis forward and under, spine long and tall. We take our side stretch, dropping the crown of the head, reaching out and up and over, getting a long hip stretch. Hands on the hips, across the belly, fingertips on the shoulder or arm overhead. Inhale and gently come up. Get ready to spring forward and release. Make the belly nice and long and the back nice and strong, nice and tall. And we'll repeat that again. And this time, we're going to add just a little twist. Inhale, take that leg up, exhale into figure 4. From figure 4, bring the knee up with the belly nice and strong and take the leg back. Up onto the front, up onto the back, and take 1 and 2. Now we'll take our warrior 1 stance, pelvis forward and under, nice and strong. Take a side stretch that would feel really good to you. Inhale and come up. Next, with your hands on your heart or on your hips, take a gentle twist. You may open your arms out to the sides with cactus arms or touching fingertips to get through that twist. Inhale, untwist, prepare to spring up. This time we're going to hold the leg for 3, 2, and 1. Gently lower. Second side of our little flow series. Place the weight strongly down through your standing supporting leg. Pick up the other leg with a soft, long hip crease. Thigh deep in the socket. Open the thigh. Keep the hips square under, even as that knee opens to the side. Spine long and tall. Inhale, kick that leg up. Exhale, take it back. Up on the front foot, up on the back foot, and we're going to go 1 and 2. Now we'll add our twist after we do our side stretch. So take a comfortable side stretch in any way, shape, or form that works for you. Inhale, so come on out with your hands on your hips or in prayer position or fingertips on the shoulders. Take your gentle twist. You may open up to a cactus arm position. Twist, 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 twist. Tailbone long, 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 long. Untwist. Bend that back leg and prepare to spring up on your standing leg, forward and under with the pelvis, holding that leg tall, and then change. Ooh, got some really good balance work in there. Now we're going to just take a little break from working the hips with the deep stretch, and we're going to practice doing a chair position. Our chair position is going to be a simple one, with our knees coming forward over our ankles. We're going to reach the arms out as a counterbalance or place one arm on top of the other. Hands on the hips work just fine too. We're going to roll those feet up and lower the heels down and straighten the legs. Come back for another set. Up on the heel, up with the heels and down with the heels. Stretch and bend. Last time. Up, down, stretch, and bend. Now, work both sides nice and even with your outer hips compacted in and your inner thighs pulling out gently against those outer hips. Remember to keep the pelvic floor and the navel lifted. So let's add on a little bit. After we take our miniature squat and roll up onto the balls of the feet, keep the spine nice and long and lengthen the torso up, lengthen the legs up, straight legs, and then lower those heels down. Coming forward with the knee over the ankle. Gently reach the heels up. And then lift up on tall legs with a long, soft spine and lower back down. This is all so good for the body. It works every single facility, including balance, focus, and concentration. One more in this direction, and then we will reverse and down. So the reverses come up on a straight leg with straight legs. Bend the knees forward over the ankle, and then lower the heel down to straighten the leg. Two more. Up, 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 and flex at the knee. Ooh. And then lower the heel down. I feel my gluteals really have to engage. And then lower down and change. Feels kind of good. Here we're going to do a simple side stretch. Place the left hand across the belly and the right fingertips on the shoulder and take a nice long side stretch, getting the waist and the ribs and the neck. And then we'll change. And then gently come on up. And of course, there's always an opportunity to add a different position with the arm down by the side, fingertips on the shoulder, elbow forward to the side, even slightly back, or up towards the head. Inhale to come up, and then the other side. Sometimes it's fun, good experience to just play around with that arm and see where do I need to stretch and where do I need to strengthen. So on that note, we're going to add on a little bit of a hands crossed in front of the chest and really focus more on the neck. So we'll lower the left ear towards the left shoulder and draw the chin to the chest. And then lift that head up gently through the center. And then we'll do the other side. Ear to shoulder and chin to the chest. And then pick that head up gently. And we can combine that with a balance, which is really tricky because moving the head into balance, oh my goodness. But let's try it anyway, because why not? It's fun. So sit down onto that right leg and cross the left leg up and over, like coming into a comfortable eagle position where the thighs can push and the buttocks can pull. Lock yourself in place with your pelvic floor and navel engaged. And then crossing the left arm over, under, and the right arm over in any way, shape, or form, even genie. And we can add that head tilt, chin to the chest, and then head up, and then change. And we get to do the other side. Taking the eagle legs, taking a genie arm, gently adding on a stretch of the neck. In the genie arms, it's like my bottom arm is picking up my top arm. My top arm is pressing against my bottom arm. And I'm definitely using my chest muscles. Just enough energy in those chest muscles to make it functional. And uncross. All right, I think we're ready to make a transition to the wide-legged stretches. So wide-legged stretches can be approached with a step out or a gentle jump out. Either way is fine. Engage the calf muscles forward and the thigh muscles back with soft knees in between. Fold up the pelvic floor and lift up the navel lock. Then fold forward at the hips gently. We're going to make this into a abdominal workout. So we can have our fingertips on our shoulders, our hands on our hips, or our genie arms out in the front if it's not too uncomfortable. We can also have our elbows bent and make railroad tracks. In either case, from our top of our head all the way down to our pelvis, we'd like one long line parallel to the floor. We could, if we wanted to weight bear more, bring the arms up overhead. Arms may also go out to the side. And then we're going to enjoy a lovely stretch down and forward, down and forward, down and forward. In this stretch, we're going to practice undulating the spine. As we inhale, we'll unfold it, lifting it up, and we'll exhale and fold. 2 more, just like that. Inhale, ripple through the spine, and then repeat. Lower down on your exhale. Inhale and unwind the spine. And then while we're here, walk your hands over to your right leg and relax the right side of your spine down on that leg. Inhale, come on up halfway. Exhale, walk the hands through center to the other side. Inhale to prepare. Exhale and relax that spine down. Inhale, halfway, and then come back through the center. Soften the knees, flex the knees, pick up the pelvic floor, and then drop your hips under with soft round knees and round your back. Making a nice round in the back to pull the spine up bone by bone by bone. Pressing through the frontal muscles to stretch the spine up. Relax the shoulders at the top and begin to take a gentle flex and stretch, one leg at a time. You may keep your torso upright for this exercise, or you can take it down and forward. With the lower back long, the girdle strong, we're going to add on a little twist. The hands can be just flopping out by the side, or you can wrap them around the waist and the back consecutively. Or you might have them out. And if you're comfortable and you want to get an additional stretch, you can come down and forward, and then touch the floor or the opposite ankle, keeping the hips as level as you can, strong in that pelvic girdle, and relaxing the spine and the neck, getting a gentle twist. And again, The arms could be bent for 3, 2, and 1. And again, round the spine, dropping the head, pulling the hips under, and gently roll up through that Pilates C curve into a neutral spine. Nice. All right, toes in, heels in, toes in, heels in. Whoa, even that feels good. Let's march it out just for a bit. Kind of loosen it up. All right, we're gonna do a lunge, a deeper lunge, to really open up those hip creases. So if you need a pad for your knee, please grab a blanket or something like that to place under your knee. And if you'd like to use blocks in your hands, grab those too. All right, coming down from a forward fold, simple Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift the spine. Exhale, stretch the right leg back. You may lower the right leg down so that the knee is touching either the blanket or the floor, or kick that leg up. Either way is fine. You'll get the same stretch. With the knee down or up, we're going to straighten the front leg, either into a nice half split pose or into a pyramid position. And in either case, we're going to step that back leg forward into our Ardha Uttanasana, into an Uttanasana. Inhale, lift yourself up halfway, and then exhale, step the other leg back, nice and long and strong. It's your opportunity to see, well, what's my benefit when I relax the knee down? What's my benefit when I hold that leg up? We'll hold this here, press the pelvis forward and under, reach the shoulder blades gently around, hugging on the back, and lengthen the spine from the crown of the head to the tip of the tail. Remember the bandhas, and then either into your half split or your pyramid stretch. Then we'll roll forward in either position into that gentle lunge and press forward. Ardha Uttanasana into Uttanasana. From Uttanasana, we'll come into a squat, bringing the hips down on the ground and the legs out forward. This is where we get to work our abdominals, very much like boat pose, but boat taken in little tiny increments so we can really get strong. Sit up nice and tall and take a moment to find the sitting bones. First, start off by rocking side by side. Then you might want to slip one hip back and then the other. One hip back and then the other. Up and back, kind of making like a little chug. That way, you really feel the position of the sitting bones and come up forward on those sitting bones. Now, roll to the middle of the sitting bone and the back, and then up. Front of the sitting bone, middle of the sitting bone, back, and up. Keep the thigh bone reaching deep in the socket, allowing those front of the hip muscles, the front of the hip, to be soft and inward. And the pelvis will just roll around the thigh bone. Now we'll add on. We can use the use of the arms along the legs somewhere to help support as we roll back and then up. If you think of your spine in three parts, the lower spine, the middle spine, and the upper spine, And if you think of each one of those segments into 3 pieces, a lower piece, a middle piece, and an upper piece, you can really get very aware of what's going on in the body. So we're going to lower the lower spine, the lower spine, the middle lower spine, the top of the lower spine, and then we'll go to the bottom of the middle spine, the middle of the middle spine, and the top of the middle spine. And come on up. Top of the middle spine, middle of the middle spine, lower part of the middle spine, and work our way segment by segment by segment through the lower spine. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. We're going to try to have our gluteals, our thighs, and our belly working. They're like having a party. But do you know who's not invited to the party? Well, it's those shoulders. The shoulders and neck, they just get to come along for the ride. They don't get to party here. And now, lucky us, we have a whole upper back to do that sequence with. So we're going to go through the lower to the middle, and then the lower of the upper, the middle of the upper, and then the upper of the upper, and then back up. Two more, sequencing through the spine. I'm working with some bruised ribs, and boy, they're getting therapy here. A lot of blood moving into that area with this gentle work. And then this time we get to relax all the way down. Whoa, guess that feels so good. Relax the shoulders down with the collarbones long and hollow out the navel. Pick up the pelvic floor. Yeah. And then we're going to play around with our bridge positions here. Move the heels under your knees and then just begin to walk the feet. Now this feels like it could be a nothing move unless you really engage the gluteals and really pump up the feet and the calves. So with the arms by the side, arms out to the side, or hands interlaced, holding onto the back of the head, with the head in the hands and hands on the ground and elbows wide. You may have the elbows in too. Go open and close with those elbows if you'd like, until you find a place between open and close that feels like you're comfortable. Now we're going to really fire up our waistline, and we're going to tuck it back into the ground as we lift one leg off. And then we're going to hold the weight in the gluteal and thigh and push off and switch and switch and switch. So we have our toes that can tap the floor, or we can have a heel that taps the floor, or we can begin to go between toe taps and heel taps. This is just a gentle wake-up call. We had a neutral spine when we were just marching the legs. Now we have a very much engaged spine. It's important to try to flex the navel and work the thighs. You may take the legs out longer, or even one straight as the other one bends in. And we'll turn those into some yoga bicycles. And we can reverse the bicycles. open the knees out to the side and kiss the heels together, making a frog shape with our legs. We're going to extend the legs out with a point, flex, and pull in. 3, 2, and 1. Now, while our legs are open like this, we're going to go back to the same tap posture, but the legs are open in that frog position, one at a time, or a Baddha Konasana shape. You can do the heels or you can do the toes. If you find that it's uncomfortable, don't lower the foot all the way to the ground. Make the movement smaller. And that goes for everything. Smaller doesn't mean anything except you're working to the best of your ability. My first yoga teacher said, perfect is the best you can do. Then we'll take it back to parallel legs and notice the difference, where the weight load is in the muscle. Bring both knees into the chest and give yourself a gentle squeeze, pulling the sitting bones under, lifting up the pelvic floor and hollowing out the belly. Touch those feet down to the ground. Open up the feet and knees a little bit and begin to do a gentle windshield wiper. This will help relax the abdomen, lower back, and hips. We'll take this into a full-on twist. Place your arms in a comfortable position. And with either your feet about a hand's width away from the hips or your knees into your chest, take your knees over to the right and allow both shoulders to rest comfortably on the floor. You may look over one shoulder through the center or the other. Notice the tip of the tailbone is long on both sides. And then using the arm or tucking the waistline firmly to pull those legs up. Place the feet down and begin to do your gentle sway. Oh, windshield wiper. Then we'll go to the other side, either with knees a little, heels about a hand's width from the buttock, or knees into the chest. Using the arm to support the legs if need be, and take a twist. The twist doesn't have to go all the way to the ground. The legs can rest in the hand. And then we'll come up through center, placing the feet down once again. We're going to stretch our body by bringing the heels out, straight legs, and reaching the arms, either the hands behind the head, interlace fingers, and give the neck a little pull by reaching the head away from the heels using the hands, or just by resting the head back, pull the shoulders under, fingertips on the shoulders, or arms by the side. Take a miniature moment of silence and rest. Become aware of how much the earth receives you. Receive her as well. Now we'll work our bridge pose. placing the feet about 1 hand's width away from the buttock, knees pointing up towards the ceiling. Find the bandhas, the pelvic floor and the navel. Inhale, broaden the chest and the shoulders. Place the arms by the side. You may have a 90-degree angle at your elbow with your fingertips up towards the ceiling, palms facing each other, or have your arms down on the ground. You may also rest your hands on your belly as long as the shoulders stay open in the front. And inhale, swing the tailbone, the tip of the tailbone forward and through the legs. Hollow the navel, press through the legs, and lengthen the lower back. Keep reaching the pelvis forward and up, but don't allow the weight in the shoulders to reduce. Ground down through the shoulders as the pelvis comes up. And then instead of taking a big extension in the upper body, we're going to take that and make a plank shape in our body, focusing on our pelvis. With our pelvis up, we're going to hold it for just another moment, and then we're going to articulate our way down from the top of the spine through the middle to the lower spine. And we want to remember that feeling and come back to it again. Prepare, second set, simple bridge. You may hold your simple bridge and practice locking the rib cage down in the front in a plank bridge. Then notice where your hips are. Pick up the heel of one foot and lower that heel down. Keep the hips just where they are. Do the other side. Practice articulating the thigh movement in the socket with your pelvis forward and through. Without moving the pelvis, work the foot, the calf, and the thigh. Keep a gentle march going for 3, 2, 2, and 1, and 1. Gently lower from the top down. Try to become aware of both sides of the spine working evenly. Relax the tail. So now we can add on just a little bit with our bridge position. Bring the right knee into the chest and extend that left leg long. Point and flex your feet. Make little circles with the ankles. Reverse the circles. And then bend the left leg knee, place the foot down on the ground, and open up the right thigh to the right. Keep both hips level, both sides of the back down, and open up that hip. Then cross the foot over the left knee corner, making that figure 8 position, which we did in the beginning of class. Inhale into the back. Relax the arms and the shoulders down. Exhale. Feel the hips and become aware that you're moving them up and forward in unison, even though one leg is doing one thing and the other leg is doing the other. Feel the control in the pelvis. Keep a plank upper body for 3, 2, and 1. Lower down from the top through the middle to the bottom. Bring that knee into the chest and then stretch the leg up, flex and point and circles. And then extend the bottom leg as best as you can, comfortably. Anywhere along the way is fine. Flex and point and circles. We're going to switch sides. Hold the left knee into the chest. Place the right foot down. Holding the left foot into the chest, the left knee rather. Open the thigh out to the side. Keep both sides of your hip bones down, your pelvic floor up, your ribs open nice and tall, and your shoulders relaxing down on the back into the floor. Then place the foot over the knee corner, making your figure 4 position. Become aware of the hip bones. Firm and lift the pelvic floor. Fire both legs and gently lengthen the tip of the tail and bring that pelvis out and up, out and up. Swing it out and up, out and up. With the plank body in the ribs, press the pelvis for 3, hold it 2, and 1. Gently lowering from the top through the middle to the bottom. Ooh, those bruised ribs are really loving that. Getting the blood there feels good. Bring that knee into the chest and extend the leg. Point and flex and circle. Extend that bottom leg. Flex and point, point and flex. Circle and circle. And then we'll bring both knees into the chest. And to relax and release the lower back, we'll begin to circle the legs around. One direction and then the other. Relaxing the pelvic floor, relaxing the abdomen. Then we'll open our knees out to the side and bring our feet down to the ground. Touch the heels together and open up those thighs, taking a souped up Baddha Konasana. Just rest for a moment in Supta Baddha Konasana. Then extend those legs out and roll over onto the tummy. We'll do some belly down poses, some forward folds and twists, and then a nice relaxation. Of course, we'll throw in hip openers with those forward folds. So take a nice relaxing spinal extension. You may want to sway gently from side to side. Of course, the legs are long and the lower back is long, but the pubic bone and hip bones are down. Work the belly away from the floor. And then tuck the toes under, stretch the thighs back against the knee while lifting up. And then lower the spine out, down, and forward. Relax the legs and untuck the toes. We're gonna do a little pulse by bending one leg and pulsing the leg. And then we'll switch. And switch. Now, as one leg comes to the back side, we're going to reach around and see if we can find that ankle or a pant leg, or just hold ourselves up in that mini cobra position. Either way is fine. And then the same rules apply. Broad shoulders onto the back, collarbones long. Inhale to prepare. Exhale. Press the pubis down, press the hips down, make the legs long. And if that feels good, you may add a kick and pull. Kick the foot, pull with the arm, Lift the torso gently up, doing half bow, and then release that down. We'll go back to our kick. Every time I have to kick, I have to lengthen my belly and keep my lower back long. I lengthen my belly up into my back. And the next convenient moment, catch the other ankle in. And wrap the shoulders onto the back gently. And either take a cobra position with arms parallel, or hold the foot in the hand and accept a kick and a pull and a kick and a pull. This may be hard on a shoulder injury, so I'll recommend a cobra upper body. For your half bow, leg in. And we'll release that pose. We'll come up onto our forearms if you're not already there yet. And really lift up out of the spine. Then, using the powerful core and the use of our coordination by pushing the knees down, pick up the belly, pick up the pubis, and come into a modified plank position. If your knees are tender, you can lift your legs off the ground in your forearm plank. Hold your forearm plank for 3, 2, and 1. And then lower those knees down. Walk the knees in. And again, that might be a load for a shoulder injury, so modify as needed. This could always turn into a downward facing dog if you'd like. And then gently roll up through the spine. We're going to come and take a pigeon stretch. So our pigeon stretch, we'll move the right knee forward and we'll take that left leg back. Pigeon can be an up pigeon or it can be a down pigeon. Just try to relax the tailbone between the hips. Inhale and gently come on up. We'll do pigeon on the other side. And then we'll prepare to come out of pigeon, do our forward fold stretch series. So for our forward folds and twists, we'll start off by sitting nice and tall up on those sitting bones. And you can kind of get that feeling of that chug or side to side. To come up on the forward edge, if you can use your imagination, the weight would go there just to make the lower back more upright. And then take the right leg out to the right and bend that knee and place the sole of the foot along the inner thigh. Lift up the inside of the front of the body and relax and broaden the back of the body. Drive the sitting bones down with the sitting bone flesh gently pulling underneath. to pick yourself up and light yourself up in the pose. Soften that hip crease, and if that means to bend the knee, to get that hip crease soft, bend the knee. Inhale, lifting up and out and forward. Slide the hands on the floor or down the leg until you feel a place of comfort. A comfortable stretch. Melt your heart between your hands and arms. Lengthen the spine along the leg. Have the strong pelvis and core engaged. And relax in the pose. And gently press through the legs and hips and lift up bone by bone by bone, lengthening the spine up to a neutral position. Now, if you need to, always feel free to place a blanket or bolster under your hips, or this could even be done in the chairs. It may seem very supple or subtle in the chair rather, but it will still do the same thing. So we go into Ardha Padmasana position, the half lotus pose. Inhale, it's the same exact entry, but it's just a little deeper of a hip stretch. And just like we were in our bridge pose, coming up, keeping our hip bones level, our pelvis active, and opening up the thigh as best we can against that hip. Slide the arms down the leg or on the floor and take a comfortable stretch. Inhale, gently lengthen back up, and exhale, we're going to take a twist. So the foot could stay on the opposite side of the thigh, or it can go onto the inside of the thigh. It can be by the knee or up by the hip. Either way is fine. We're going to sit up nice and tall and lengthen the rib up, up, up along the thigh. I'm going to take that left arm and give the front leg, the leg that's pointing up towards the ceiling, a nice little hug, either by wrapping the forearm or just holding the hand with the shoulder onto the back. And then we can gently just take a nice rotation in the spine with both shoulders around the back. If it feels comfortable, you may release the right hand down around the back to prop up the spine and get a gentle twist. Gently untwist. And we have that work to do on the other side. Let the left leg go out. Bring the left foot in line with the inner thigh. Sit up nice and tall with the hip creases soft, gluteals working, pelvic floor engaged, navel lifted. Inhale, breathing. Exhale, come out, down and forward. Reach long through the crown of the head and enjoy the stretch. I like to do a personal inventory, and I notice what's flaccid in me and what could work and what's overtaut and what could relax. So do a little bit of a scan and see what you find. See what's important to let go of and what's important to engage. And then gently lengthen the spine up and up and up, and prepare for your half lotus on this side. Moving the foot well over the thigh so that the ankle doesn't bend, so the ankle stays straight. So the foot can hang all the way off if need be. In fact, that's wise if the ankle tends to overstretch on one side or the other. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, try to lengthen the hip, the thigh away, just like we did in bridge, opening up the pelvis, and then exhale and fold. Inhale, gently come on up. And then we'll take our twist with our exhale. Lengthen the ribs, up and up and up along that thigh. Up, 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 up. And then wrap and hold, or press into the floor, lengthen and twist. And gently untwist. At this point, we have the opportunity to do a side stretch and a rest. A side stretch. And then a rest. On our way into rest, maybe lower back down one elbow at a time. Open up the sternum, open up the chest, and lower ourselves back and down. I'm so grateful for this practice and for the earth that holds me. I'm so grateful for good friends, family, and pets. Gently come on up. Take any comfortable seat or continue to rest as long as you want. May you be happy. May you be free. Namaste. Hey, my friend. I hope you feel good.